part 3 to round it out. So let's take a look at how that one mechanical fix, engaging the obliques, works with the deadlift. So you'll see Chris here, and then I'll go over Brian's. The first one to set up, which is very common because people already lose the tension in their core, their obliques, their hips are already rounded. Right before they pick up the bar to find tension, you'll see that they have to go chest up and find tension in their back like that. So right before they pull, do you see that? Right in this spot right here is where people have to kind of find tension and chest up and arch. So Chris is already working on engaging the obliques. That's the only focus. So you'll see the difference of the, right, when he keeps his core tight, his obliques, he doesn't have to find tension in his erectors or lower back, not to get too nerdy, because you can see when he comes up where he sets, because his obliques are on, there's not a lot of wrinkles in that t-shirt. You guys see that? That means he's arching up right through there. So if he uses less lower back, that's already a win, less hip flexor. Let's fast forward it all the way through. And you could even see being able to access a better hip drive here versus really finishing the lift with the knees and lower back. This is more of like a hinge. So now let's lower it, which is really key, because right here, to understand something, if you tell someone that, if someone tells you you have tight hamstrings, tight hip flexors, you need more dorsiflexion, whatever the case, right? You need more mobility. That doesn't help you as an athlete, or it doesn't help you move better. It doesn't, myself as a trainer or coach, if I just told you that, hey, your hip flexors are tight, how is that going to help Chris here do the deadlift more efficiently? Just saying he has tight hip flexor doesn't guarantee or help him engage certain muscles to make the movement better. So other generic cues is like keep your back tight, keep your core on. That doesn't really do it because they don't understand why it works. So the why is super important. So the goal is, just like the video before with Leslie in the squat, the athlete understands that they need to push out on their side abs, their obliques, and the reason why is once this is on, your hips are actually able to function, hinge and bend properly. That's why. So the athlete now knows that they need to fire that, but they also understand why it works. So you'll see that Chris is actually getting into a good hinge. The hips are actually hinging, which means they're actually doing their job because the obliques are on. If you don't have your obliques on, your hips can't function anymore, then the weight goes to your lower back or knees. So look at how someone without their obliques on puts the bar down. They have to bend at the knee first. That's why you see like it's kind of pushed forward. And then once the knee kind of stops bending, the lower back drops. So it's like a lower back and knee back and forth game. Knees, lower back, knees, lower back. The hips are just kind of coming along for the ride. They're really not hinging. And you can see the angle of the body, it's more like that versus here. All because they're engaging the obliques. That's it. And you can test it on yourself, right? Again, question everything. Don't believe what you see. Don't believe us. Don't believe anything. But try to add that in. So you see that big collapse because it's already happened from the beginning. So right here without the obliques on, it's already collapsed because the hips are not doing their job, which then in turn explains why hip flexors are tight, lower back's tight, knees hurt, the whole deal. So all Chris was focusing on from the beginning, obliques tight through here, the hips function better, which allows you to use more hamstring and glutes. Obliques tight the whole way. The athlete now knows what to engage for the deadlift versus just saying core tight, because you could be firing the wrong part of the core.